What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and this morning was a freaking nightmare. I swear, it was absolutely horrendous. Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad. I'm just messing with you. It's basic farm maintenance when things go down at times, but I did have a power failure this morning. If you guys did see that short I released, you know, it got fairly chilly, something like that. It wasn't the issue at all. The issue is when I started firing a few things back up. So it was about minus 16 out this morning. Windows are open. I got the exhaust fan ordealio there going. If we look on the meter here, we can see it's 21 degrees here, but this morning it did hit a low of -3 inside my mining farm. We can see the high there. I believe that's still from summer sometime, of 38.5 degrees Celsius. So it did get fairly warm. But when I was rebooting everything up and turning it back on, I forgot I did not have a battery for the dual epic here. So I had to do a bunch of things here. I had to reset up the entire BIOS, because once it's down for more, I think it's about 10 minutes, it loses all its saved data. You know, you do have like 5 to 6 minutes there, but I think after 10 it vanishes. So I definitely got to get a battery for that thing, because I don't want to keep doing that. But I have to get a keyboard, I have to get the monitor, you know, basic setup stuff. Run over here, plug it all in, reset it, and then reset up all the configurations there so it boot off UFE because it wants to go off legacy. And then I have to make sure it actually read the M2, and I have to set the system date and all that stuff in order to make it run like it wants to run. So I got that all set up, all good to go. But the biggest issues that was happening was those nodes, those ETC MC nodes. Actually, I'll get to those nodes in a minute. It even wasn't really that bad either, but some other things that happened here is this KS1 here, which is normal. You know, nothing was actually wrong with it whatsoever, but I found this ever since I had it, and it's normal. It's pretty much electronical 101. So these ones fired right back up ASAP. You know, once the power went out, I just shut everything off and stuff. I turned it on, it worked, turned it on, it worked. Turned this one on, and it wouldn't do anything. I'm like, oh great. But again, remember, electronics 101. So all you got to do is turn it off, unplug it, wait for 5 or 10 seconds, plug it back in, turn it on, and it fired back up. So I do have a bunch of ATX power supplies that sometimes do the same thing. All you gotta do is unplug it and do that. The X16 does do that sometimes when it loses power. It's only happened to me maybe once or twice, but it's the same thing. Anything electronical, if you find out they are not turning on, simply unplug it, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, and then plug it back in. Obviously have it on the off position when you plug it back in, but then when you turn it on, it should fire right back up. It almost needs like a little reset in there by doing that process. But that's what I had to do with only the KS1 this time. The X16 was fine. All my ATX power supplies are fine. But again, if any of that happens, it's pretty much basic electronic work. Just do that, simply unplug it, guys, plug it back in, turn it on, and it should fire up if you ever run into those issues moving into the future. Now, onto the ETC-MC nodes. So what happened with these nodes is one of them still worked and just fine. I double clicked on it, it opened up, all good to go. But when I opened up the other ones, it would say it's already running, and then it would flash off, and then it wouldn't load. And I was like, what the heck is going on? I went to their support and stuff. I found out what it was. And then I tried helping other people. They said, don't let people know about that. A lot of people that use these nodes don't really have a lot of computer savvy, I guess. So keep that in mind here. It is a very easy process to fix. Maybe I'll do a video on it and show you how to do it. On a support standpoint from them, they want you to contact support so they can walk you through it. But there's some files within there. All I had to do was pretty much delete the originals, change the backup files to the main files, and then it loaded back up and it fired up right away. But you know, it was a very simple fix. It was kind of annoying at first, but it was very easy to do, because now, you know, I went from the one node, I put it into my PC workstation there. I got another one on my other node box over there. I got one on that box there. Ignore all the wiring and mess right here because I've been fired up nodes like crazy. So I got everything plugged in, making sure they're working. So, you know, I got 4 in this room alone. Way down there, I do have 1 in the little one's PC. So I got these nodes all over the place, so I have to do them all one by one by carrying monitors and stuff over. But at the end of the day, I was only down for maybe an hour once I figured out everything was going on. Actually, from the time the power went on until everything was back on with figuring everything out, it was about an hour. So an hour downtime after the power was on wasn't really too bad. So I've been going kind of all out with those nodes. I got 5 of them now. In theory, they're all making about, I think the price went up now, so they all might be around $5 a day at this point. If you haven't seen my videos on them, past 2 days I released the digital version as well as the node box version. check them out right now. Go search the channel. They'll be there. And, you know, I'm loving them. They're only using like 9.5 powers. The rigs that are in Windows that are already CPU mining anyway, like my workstation and the little one's PC, I'm not even counting that. I'm considering that free power because I'm probably not even noticing any extra power increase because I'm mining them already. So, you know, it's nice high profitability at very low power usage. Anyway, seeing how we're here, I did fire up the X5 again, and I threw everything on to solo mine some Monero. That is right, we're going back to solo mine some XMR, so hopefully we can hit a block. I saw the network hash rate has dropped a little bit. It's down to about 2.3 to 2.5 gigahash from like 3.2 or 3.3 that it was on. So I'm hoping we're gonna hit a block here. I'm hitting around that 5 to 6 day range where I should be hitting one anyway. So we're gonna see if luck is in my favor. You can also maybe notice I have my GPU rig over here. So what was going on there is Dero hash rate actually crashed down to next to nothing. It sounds like that Azure server VPS hosting service banned all the mining accounts, so the cloud bot farms were gone. They disappeared and the hash rate just dumped across there. So I fired everything I could on that to try and capitalize on as much Dero as possible. Sadly, it didn't last very long, so those are shut back off and all the hash rate is climbing back pretty fast and it's not looking too hot anymore. So that's about it, guys. I just want to do a quick update here. It was a little bit of a rough morning when that power went out, but you know, end of the day, everything is just fine. We weren't down for very long. We got it all figured out and the farm is hashing away as it should be. Thank you for checking out this video. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.